Hey everyone, today we'll be doing a quick demo showing you how buy-side analysts can automate the investment research workflow during the earnings season. I will be using a combination of OpenBB Workspace as the UI and infrastructure layer together with LinqAlpha for their specialized agent. So a little bit of context, during the earnings season, each analyst will have to cover from 30 to 50 different companies in the Pacific sector. This means that they have to go through dozens or hundreds of pages of report from transcripts, internal research notes, sell-side reports. Obviously, this process is very long and tedious and very prone to error. Also, like the biggest problem that we've heard from our customers is data fragmentation. Data really exists in silo from the workspace, can be FactSet, Bloomberg, or S&P Global in your internal system, storing your internal research node, or another alternative data provider. So today we'll be showing you how we are addressing that problem. And then on top of that, integrate a very specialized AI agent to help you with your workflow. So I've already done the hard work to integrate data from different places, company filings, news, estimates, transcripts, prior actions, and relative valuations. Keep in mind that most of this data sources is from ODP, which is Open Data Platform. It is free and open source. I'll be linking a link in the description on how you can install and start using it. And as you can see, the workspace allow you to integrate data with different formats. So right now I'm looking at a table. We also support PDF, unstructured data set, and so on. So that's it for the data part. Let me quickly show you the agent that I prepared for today. Right now we're looking at LinqAlpha Financial Research Agent. The code that you're looking at is open source, and I'll be sharing the GitHub repo link. So going through the README, you'll be able to understand all different features, how to install, how to configure the agent, so you can set up the API key, and finally learning how to add it to the OpenBB Workspace. I have already spin up the agent, and this is available at this particular URL. Let me quickly show you how you can add it to the workspace. So just click on the OpenBB Copilot, click on the edit button. I've already added it here, but later if you want, you can simply click on add new agent, paste and copy paste in the URL, and add any authentication if you have already set it up. All right, and now let me refresh it. All right, so it should be working. All right, let me close this because we'll get back to that LinqAlpha agent in the later step of the workflow. Now let's start with the filings. Right now I'm looking at Southwest Airlines, and the symbol is LUV. It's the most recent earning was back in October 23rd, and this is their 10Q. I already downloaded the PDF and then imported back to the workspace. So it has around 66 pages, which is quite a lot for us to go through manually. So let me take advantage of the Copilot and ask if it can summarize the latest performance for me. All right, so I'm asking it to extract all the key metrics, comparing the period between 9 months ended this year versus last year. And with OpenBB Copilot, you can actually be very intentional about the output that you want a Copilot to return. In this case, I wanted to present data in a tabular format with multiple columns. The first one will be metrics, 2025, 2024, and I'm asking it to calculate the percentage change and look in the actual report if there's any reason, there's any note for that specific change. Copilot's now done with its answer. So let's go through the step-by-step reasoning. So you can see that it was able to fetch the accurate file. And here are all the intermediate reasoning steps comparing the, first fetching the financial metrics and then after that doing the comparison. Let's take a look at this. So it was able to return the output similar to what we have requested earlier, the value and percentage change, as well as noting specifically the reason for changes. Right, so finally you can see that Copilot always return with the citations. When you click on it, it will highlighting the actual widget that it used to generate such informations. Okay, great. So now we have the first output. Let me create a widget out of this artifact. So as you will see in a bit, what we're doing right now is building up the artifact, which then we can add it to context later and allow Copilot to draft the final investment case document. We can now take a look at the result. See that Copilot was able to fetch data from the correct widget. So carry out several intermediate steps, including SQL query execution to taking a look at all the table headlines for Southwest Airlines news. So let's so overall we can see that there's a slight earnings in terms of operating revenue, but then income has a significant drop. Similar things with company news as well. So there was a slight positive reactions, but then after that, the market has been reacting rather cautiously towards the upcoming performance. Yeah, and then this is the final conclusion. So when I take a look at it, there's always the actual citations. Not only what widgets were being used, you see the actual parameters. So in this case, it was using the October 22nd as the start date parameters. So price target. So now let's take what we have and then creating a text widget out of it. Right, and then the third step is going to be relative valuation. In this particular step, I'll be using the LinqAlpha agent for it. And I'll prepare a prompt here. So right now I want LinqAlpha to first of all fetch the top 5 peers for me, and then after that compare the performance of Southwest Airlines with the relative valuation of Southwest Airlines with others. And I wanted to pick a multiple that is specifically used for airlines company. And then obviously at the end, always include the source. Great. Yeah, so there's a column on the right-hand side with all the corresponding preference that you can now scroll down to the bottom and just click on the actual documents that was being used. So once you click on the reference, after waiting for a couple of seconds, you'll be able to view the entire source document. And this is very important because whatever is returned by an agent is always need to be verified and fact-checked later by a human. And with the citation system that we have implemented, it's actually very easy for you to do so because at every single line or let's say column or row, you'll be able to know all of the sources that was used from which the data was fetched to construct this particular table. So just like that, I just have to increment through all the references that we have. Okay, so I also created a airline valuation metrics, which is a Copilot widget that was created out of LinqAlpha agent output. So now let's move on to the last and final step, which is drafting an investment case based on the research and findings of all the previous steps that we have carried out. So let me go back to the first chat that we have. Now what I wanted to do is adding the result of all the private steps that we have until now. So that was the first one. Also have another one, which is the market sentiment. I add this to context as well. Then finally, we have the relative valuation that was done by LinqAlpha. Now let me switch back to OpenBB Copilot. I have the prompt prepared and ready to be used. So right now, I wanted to use all the above findings. Great. So I want a Copilot to use all of the above findings and then widgets that have been added under context and then draft me an investment case so that I can present that to my investment committees. The report should be structured into 6 different sections, right? So company intro, description, sector specific and competitors, analysis of this quarter performance, any opportunity and risk that I should be paying attention to, and then the final conclusion on whether I should hold, sell, or buy this particular stocks. The good thing is that company intro and description not going to change. So there's a few things that I can keep. For this quarter investment case, the most important section for me is going to be sector specific and competitors, as well as this quarter performance. So let's take a look. Right now, I will create a widget from Copilot output. The good thing is that this is a note widget, so I can always come and making changes to the recommendations by Copilot. And then once this is done, I can easily come here, click on share, and make it available to all my colleagues.